Do they care how strong your arm is now?
Like people care about my
No, not yours. I'm talking about.
It's like nobody cares about my arm anymore, Dan.
I care,
right?
But do we care? Like, how important is arm strength in the NFL?
I think it. When people go, well, you won't. Some people say that to me. You only like quarterbacks with strong arms. I go, yeah. Well, I like receivers that are fast and defensive tackles that are strong. So yes, I do. It's not the only thing in the world, but I do think there's a reason. Some of the great quarterbacks of all time had really strong arms. We mentioned a few before.
But Montana did.
Montana did not. You're right. Certainly, he was a great passer. That's what my dad and I would say. He's a little bit different that way, where it's about rhythm and timing and anticipation. And Drew Brees is like that as well. It's not always about the power throws. But arm strength is important. You saw Patrick Mahomes this year. They can call plays in their offense that other teams can't call because they can go, well, our guy can hit that and throw it right on the money all the time. And so it gives the offensive play caller and play designer the ability to call different things for their offense that, yes, guys with their teams with other quarterbacks with less than average arms or average arms, they're not going to be able to dream of calling some of those plays.
Why did everybody miss on Patrick Mahomes?
My big thing is it was Texas Tech, so everybody thought, oh, this is just one of those system. They throw the ball every time. And then they looked at the 5-7 record and they thought, well, how good can he really be? It was one of those, and you can go back and look at what I used to say on Bleacher Report at the time. I will pat myself on the back with this one, and even Patrick Mahomes has given me credit for this. I said the first time I watched this film, I can remember watching the film, and I called my dad when I got done, and I went, oh my gosh, Dad, this Patrick Mahomes, you got to check him out. This guy is like unbelievable. I don't know if I've seen anybody throw the ball like him here in the recent history or anything like that. And I went on Bleacher Report, our podcast, and said it. And I got text messages from NFL people like right away. You're crazy. Mahomes isn't that good. What are you looking at? Blah, blah, blah. And then a few weeks went by and everybody was, his stock was rising.
But what happens a lot of times is you'll have people in the media who have mock drafts, and then they're surprised when somebody moves up. But the NFL teams get their hands on you. They're not going to let you know what they're going to do.
No.
And that's when I got word that I should have a scout said you should have Patrick Mahomes on prior to the draft. He's moving up.
Right.
And we had him on. And then, of course, he moved up.
He moved up.
A month before the draft, we had him on because I was told he's the guy who's moving up.
Yes.
Him and Watson were moving up.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be true.
It did. Well, it goes back to what we talked about a little earlier in the show is just elite traits, right? And those two guys had things where I go, well, there's just not many people in the history of the sport that can do some of the things they do. This is special. Like Watson's ability not only to make big throws, but dance around the pocket and make big throws in big moments. That was special. And then Mahomes, there was enough special every game I watched where I just went, whoa, I mean, that's Aaron Rodgers type throws right there. And then people would knock him down and go, oh, what about the TCU game? And there was a few games like this where I wanted to go, okay, that's great. But, let's go back and watch some of those games together. Tell me who's open or who he's supposed to throw to in some of these moments. And
I never saw, I came in, I think they played Oklahoma State, and I came in on Monday, and I said, I don't know if he can play.
Right.
But I've never seen somebody look like they were in the backyard, taking control and just, having fun. And that's what we saw.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.